A spiritual store, White Feather Hollister Art, held a guest speaker, Debbie Anderson, last Thursday regarding clairvoyance. Anderson came to give readings and have people understand what being a clairvoyant means. With the audience, she conducted activities such as reading people and giving them advice on how to improve their lifestyle and pointing them towards solutions to the issues they may have in life.
All my life, I'm 58. I've been seeing, hearing, sensing spirit from a very young age. From 4 years of age was when I first had my encounters with spirit, and my parents at that time were going through a divorce, and we were packed off to my grandparents, and that's when I saw these spirits coming through the roof or through the ceiling and landing on my bed, and it scared the bejeebus out of me. So, as a small child back in the late 50s, it wasn't talked about. So I assumed it was just ghosts and, not very nice things. But as time's gone on, I learned and developed and, as we've gone through life. So, yeah.
At a young age, Anderson started to see spirits and figures that made her realize she was a clairvoyant. She claims that there are 4 types of clair senses.
I have all 4. I see, sense, hear, the spirit. So if, for instance, it was a grandparent of yours or a family member, sometimes they'll come through and they'll explain who they are or give certain traits of that particular person. And sometimes I'll give a description. I'll get a sense of what they look like or how they sounded, their mannerisms, that kind of thing. So they're all different. There's no cookie cutter. Well, there's clairvoyant, clairaudient, clairsentient. So clairsentient means to sense, clairaudient hear, and clairvoyant see. So yeah, that's sort of the cookie cutter answer to that.
Anderson has had many encounters with spirits, and she said that many can be good encounters and others can be unpleasant.
Fast forward it to, there was a talk going on that I wasn't doing the talk, but this particular talk was going on. My husband was doing his on past life regression, and this young spirit child decided that she was absolutely bored with it, so she started flicking the lights on and off. And of course, I'm going, you can't do that. This is really rude. And she said, but I just want to dance. I don't want to be listening to this. It's boring, like a small child would do. So, I said, well, you can dance later. You can't keep doing this. So meanwhile, everybody's like, well, what's going on? Why are the lights going on and off? And so afterwards, I, said to the owner of the building, I said, do you do some kind of dance activity? Because she wants to dance. She said, yes, we have a yoga dance that goes on up here. And this is what she likes to enjoy and be part of. So that was a fun one. And one that happened, I think it's a year or 2 years ago, I was actually in St. John, New Brunswick, and they had been having a problem with a building. Now, I don't do paranormal work usually, but I was interested. And this particular evening, I was allowed to be part of a group that was doing the paranormal work. And they had fun and games, which were quite scary to most people, I suppose. The flickering of lights and, things flying across the room and things like that are not to everybody's taste. But at that point, it was like, okay, this can happen. There is that side of spiritual side of things where, trapped souls, ghosts, whatever you like to call them, are part of our lives. So for me, they were seeing the nice side, which I see most of the time, to seeing the little bit scary side. So.
This is Roy Kang with Authority.ca.